Hello, guys. How we doing today?
Good morning, friends.
Joe here.
Kevin.
So we're we're on the heels of a fantastic episode of The West Wing.
I absolutely loved the chess metaphor that they had, kind of the conceit they had running through the episode of President Bartlett having to play chess, multiple games going
Yeah.
at once with dealing with multiple issues, running a campaign, dealing with conflict in the world.
Yeah,
Domestic issues, international issues, personal issues.
and I think that it's got to be one of the highlights of the show.
Yeah,
thus far, anyways. I mean, it's fantastic.
It was such a brilliant way to show how hard the job is, and how far ahead he has to be thinking, even beyond his own staff who's there supporting him,
and how he can compartmentalize so many different things. In
for
his
sure.
mind.
Right,
The line about "I still know where the pieces are" on
the guy who'd passed
on his board.
Yeah,
Chilling line.
I know where the pieces are on Sam's board, your board, and they're on his board. Right,
I love that line, and also
it's great.
I loved what it means.
Yeah,
And also, so a lot of folks have told us that like they did the stage reading of that episode
Oh, really?
in 2020, I think.
Was that the one they did for the fundraiser?
Yeah, Why We Vote.
Right.
Yeah, and which, by the way, we're gonna do it.
We are going to do it.
We're
for
gonna
sure.
do it after the series is over, obviously.
Yeah, that'll be our first follow up.
And I get why that's the episode.
Sure.
It was a very powerful episode, very well written. I mean, obviously it's all well written, but
Right.
I haven't been moved. This show continues to move me episode after episode after episode,
sure.
and it's crazy to think that we have this many episodes of television that are just so compelling.
Yeah, and again, people say season 2 is a lot of people say season 2 is their favorite season, but man, this stretch for like
partial to 3.
Yeah, 3's it's just been noteworthy banger episode one after the other after the other. It's like I haven't felt any kind of letdown. At all, like even no breather, like even during episodes I haven't found this moment is bothering me, this moment is weak, this character who's come in has bothered me. Like this season we've gotten a lot of Cliff Calley, right? Who I've absolutely loved as just a tertiary character.
Same.
So I mean they're just finishing it.
This is a show that's weird to split up into seasons. I see it more as like stretches of episodes, even if that does overlap with a different season. For me, it all really started with Noelle.
No,
2. So end of 2, middle to end of 2, up until now, I'm like, dear Lord.
Yeah. Noelle stands out as one of the best episodes of the show. Absolutely. And it's a lot of people's favorites, and I get why.
It's a real starting point, too. Like, because even like the 2 cathedrals, followed up by Isaac and Ishmael, and then going into the real opener of season 3, it's like, oh my, like, how do you beat this? How do you top this from the show?
Yeah, this show should have been winning all of the awards.
I know.
I'm sure it was.
It's like there was a lot. This is an interesting time for television. There was a lot that was new, and a lot of ground has been broken.
Right. The Sopranos is the big one, obviously, in the drama category.
The Wire eventually. I've never seen The Wire, but it's fantastic.
Clips, because it's The Wire is so much in the cultural zeitgeist that like lines and memes.
I only know Omar's coming. I have no idea who Omar is.
Right.
Apparently he's coming.
Should we do that one?
The Wire?
Yeah.
You let us know, guys. I would love to
do The Wire.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a lot of fun. If there's shows that I have not seen, I'm eager to do it with you guys.
Well, I mean, when you look at the list of shows we've done, we've stuck largely but not exclusively to prestige television.
We have.
In comedy and in drama, we've done a lot of prestige shows, and obviously The Wire, is held in such high regard by people that it falls into that as well as of prestige television.
I would like to, if you guys are, if you're here for it.
Right. It's HBO, which means we'd have to be bleeping a lot of things.
Probably, yeah. A lot of shows are bleeping out of there.
Right. We're not going to watch Oz. It's like, all you're going to see is us watching through our fingers.
Mortified.
Oh my God, I never want to go to prison. I'm going back to the showers. No. We do want to welcome a couple Patreon subscribers the last couple days, guys. So Audi, Cheyenne, Holly Butcher, Kevin Patrick, and Jessica. Thanks so much, guys, and welcome. We are really, really glad you're here with us today.
We really are. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you don't mind hitting the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
Sounded almost British there, right? Hello.
Hello, governors. Sorry for our British fans out there. I know there's a lot of you. I'm sorry.
We have no talents in those regards.
We don't.
Apologies.
Yeah.
If you'd like to see a full reaction to this and everything else we've watched or currently watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. If you get to the end of this episode on YouTube, we have the next 4 episodes that are up and ready for you right now on Patreon. You can jump right over and watch there. You'll have to sync and watch along on your own streaming service. We're on Max ourselves. We can't show you anything from the show because it's the whole show.
You get it by now, guys.
Right. Some people are still asking.
Yeah.
We're also watching 30 Rock right now is a Patreon exclusive,
Yeah.
which is a really good time as well.
Plus, it's your birthday. You're old. And you don't move around that fast.
Libertarianism has 14 letters, not 15.
Hey, when the medical board gives you the results of the hearing, do they slap it up on one of those X-ray light boards? Here's where the problem is in your testimony, Abby.
12 years of medical school, my life, my work, my future, everything up on the X-ray board. That's comedy.
Whatever happens, happens tomorrow. Tonight is your birthday party, and your earrings are great. So
You really planned this all yourself?
I'm like Gatsby, but without the problems.
Listen, we're gonna keep this relaxed, right?
Yeah, not a lot of fanfare at all.
That's awesome, though.
There's a brass band in there.
Shut up.
Abigail! Now it's a party.
Oh,
Is that?
yes, your Lord.
Yes! Lord John Marbury.
Oh,
Seen it forever.
No.
John, there
Oh,
are
my
places
God.
in the world where it might be considered rude to talk about the physical attributes of another man's wife.
My
You think?
God! Really? Brendan McGann cannot visit the White House.
Look, obviously we knew this was going to be a thing, but it doesn't have to be tonight, right?
Love it.
I
Came in for 5 minutes and killed
Just
it.
breeze through like
Yeah.
a whimsical tornado.
Not even 5 minutes. Like,
Right.
it's like a minute and a half. It's just,
Check out a rumor that Robert Nolan, who's the chairman of the New Hampshire State Medical Board, is going to recuse himself from Abby's hearing.
Nolan?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
one of
that's what we
us,
think.
well, you need to talk to Abby tonight about tomorrow.
and also, CJ looks
Happy
great.
birthday,
Yeah,
Abby.
he always does, yeah.
I'll get this other thing.
Well, he and his people are having trouble getting funding for a superconductor, and I told him I'd use this opportunity to put him with Jack Enlow.
You're going to get into a fight with Jack Enlow? We're checking it out, but I think the swing vote's going to recuse himself. He's a friend of the
no.
family.
That means the president's going to want to call him.
Maybe.
Yeah, he can't.
There was a problem when the Secret Service did its routine background check on the guest list.
Problem with what?
With me.
They wouldn't tell you what the problem was?
They said they'd get back to me.
You want me to get into it?
That'd be very nice.
Yes.
Oh,
And now the
Hector
student becomes the
Elizondo?
teacher.
Yes.
Not really, no.
Okay. Look, Congress isn't going to fund your damn superconductor, all right?
Super collider. Superconducting super collider. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We're losing the race for discovery, Sam. For discovery. Tonight is just me and you.
Mind if I talk to her a little bit?
About what?
You know, what she should be saying tomorrow.
I'm feeling all right about it.
Well, just in case.
I've never been to an event like this, but I would love to go. I'll
Oh
get
my God.
text up,
Yeah.
champagne.
And he wants a job in the campaign as deputy political director.
Is he gonna get it?
I don't think so.
Who else are you considering? I'm not hiring enough women in senior positions for the campaign.
How do you know?
Because it's my job to know.
But Brendan McGann cannot come to the White House.
Hang on. Toby! You know Toby Ziegler.
Yeah, well, we've met on occasion.
Talk to him about McGann.
Oh, he just pawned him off on Toby.
You are honoring a man at your St. Patrick's Day dinner allied with car bombers and murderers of British soldiers.
This was that time where that thing was really elevated, yeah.
You feel like a drink?
Yeah, I was looking for some Lagavulin. It's a 16-year-old Islay single malt.
He was asking me about the super collider, and I didn't have any answers, and
It's dead.
it is.
As a Greek poet.
Now, who's blocking the damn super collider?
To guess would compromise the spirit of the anonymous hold.
To tell me would compromise the spirit of autocratic obstructionism.
We're talking about the U.S. Senate, kid. You really care about the superconducting super collider?
I didn't before. It's a long night, and we're not done yet.
The Secret Service says there's an INS notation next to your name.
What kind of notation?
INS.
They're saying...
I'm a U.S. citizen. I was born in Minnesota. We moved to Wisconsin. Now I live in Washington. What the hell happened?
A mistake of some kind.
Can we talk about this tomorrow?
We just need to...
How about tomorrow?
It's important.
A lot of things are important.
Does she know that about the guy recusing himself?
I don't know.
Because that's gonna. It sounds like that's gonna really swing
I
how
think
the vote's
she's
gonna go.
expecting the worst, though.
Right.
Sources close to Robert Nolan predict that he will announce his recusal from the case because of his personal
No, damn it.
relationship with the Bartletts.
They're going to suspend her license for a year.
Marbury sitting with Toby.
This is Brendan McGann, right?
It politically, it's dangerous ground.
Yeah.
Bringing him sends a message.
Sure.
Like going to a UFC fight with Kid Rock sends a message.
I saw that last night. That's so funny.
Dr. Nolan's going to recuse himself from the case.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Let's get drunk.
That's a good answer to
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Because you just,
Okay.
there's nothing you can do.
You went over my head, and you did it behind my back.
Quite the contortionist am I.
What kind of position is Abby Bartlett in to know anything?
Amy.
I need you to tell me everything you can tell me about the superconducting super collider.
How much time do you have?
About 10 minutes. What kind of practical applications does it have?
None at all.
That's a
You're
hard
not
sell,
in any way
though.
a helpful
Yeah.
person. What's your motivation?
I'm a particle physicist.
Not suddenly. Why now?
The budget resolution has to be passed by April 15th. I have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Oh, man. There it is. Yep.
We legitimize him, the partisans will wake up and accept they've got to negotiate with somebody.
Toby, you were the author, were you not, of the President's speech at the General Assembly?
We've had Arafat here, John.
And my heaven, isn't that paying bloody dividends? It was Kipling who warned to expect the blame of those you better and the hate of those you guard.
Did Josh have a nutty on the campaign hiring?
He's adjusting.
Well, let him adjust faster.
I was born in War Road, Minnesota, only I wasn't because INS just clarified the border and it's now in Manitoba.
You're not an American?
I missed it by 4 miles. I don't know the words to my national anthem. I've been throwing out Canadian pennies my whole life. I've been making fun of the Queen. We don't do that.
Well, if the most they can give you is a year's suspension, is it that big a deal?
Yes.
Yes. I'm a doctor.
Look, they take this job away from me. I've got nothing. I don't have a cat. You've got a husband and children and home and a life, and we're talking about 1 year of your not having a medical license.
I'm a doctor.
Oh, Mrs. Bartlett, for crying out loud, you were also a doctor when your husband said, give me the drugs and don't tell anybody, and you said, okay.
Oh, Donna!
You switched back to First Lady.
That's all right.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Bartlett.
It's okay. Took the censure standing up, Abby. I was very proud to have voted for him that day.
He is a sharp fella.
Very deeply.
That'll work fine.
In my house, anyone who uses one word when they could have used 10 just isn't trying hard.
Americans, it's slavery. Slavery is your original sin. That's
Yeah,
your
we talked about
unfortunate
that.
history with your aborigines. Immortal martyrs, secret tribunals, leading to public hangings, followed by war.
What can we do but talk to him?
Nothing. You must talk to him. As ambassador for...
So he thinks they should talk personally, but he's representing the government, yeah.
Come to the White House.
Yes.
I'm glad they can actually hang out and stew on this.
What a perfect pair, too.
It really is.
All infrastructure projects earmarked for Illinois are about to be anonymously blocked.
Let's play our game.
Don't make me mad.
Until Dr. Milgate told me the thing was going to be built in Illinois. So, of course, you have to be for it on the record. But off the record, it crowds out all the pork you got your eye on. We've discovered a seamless intellectual framework for the universe is in a good 30-second spot.
If we could only say what benefit this thing has.
That's the thing that you were... Discovery is what... That's what this is used for.
I'll withdraw my anonymous hold.
Because you're scared of my threat?
Yes.
Good. Now you think I'd make a good physicist?
No, but you're not bad for government help.
I'm so sorry about the way I spoke before.
Oh, don't be. You were good. I've got a surprise for you coming up.
I understand. I forgive you.
You forgive me?
I do.
What the hell kind of thing is that? Thank you for forgiving me, Josh.
That's great.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I was gone for 45 minutes. They were all Americans when I left.
I know exactly how you feel, Mr. President.
I'm going to voluntarily forfeit my license for the duration of our stay in the White House.
Because you're probably talking about 5 years.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that I love you very much.
This is the best episode in my opinion. I'm sorry. This is just for me, guys. This is my favorite. Hands down my favorite because every moment of this show was delightful. It was so sincere.
We've had lighter episodes before, but I feel like
this is my favorite.
This one was consistent. Like we had serious issues, right? We were dealing with a couple of serious issues, but none that were the party they had in season 1 where the carrier the naval carrier group was in the hurricane and some of the sailors were dying.
That one got me.
Yeah, for sure. And that was a party episode, right?
It was.
And we, like I said, we've had lighter ones, and this falls in there. I think as far as the levity episodes, like the breather episodes,
sure.
This has to be the best one.
It's the best.
Thus far.
I cannot wait to rewatch this episode because it's so effing great. It's so good.
It's great that they were like, we're going to do a lighter episode now.
Yeah.
it's like we got to get Lord John Marbury back for
course.
Good old Roger Rees.
Why not? You know,
Yeah.
and outside of that, like even the sincere, like the dark moments of the show, they're so profound. Like,
Yeah.
oh my word, like I love Sorkin's mind so much. I love his takes on these issues. You know,
Right.
Because it's like, yes, like why doesn't everybody feel this way? Obviously, we're all individuals, but like, why doesn't everybody have this mindset? You know?
Right. Well, like the simple fact that in the last couple of episodes, both President Bartlett and Abigail have come on their own to accept accountability for the mistakes that they made.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody thinks they're bad people. No one's trying to lock them up in prison.
No.
They just want to say you did a bad thing, and
there should
both
be
of
some
them
sort of consequence.
and both of them have been like, you know what? We actually were a little bit deceitful.
Yeah.
Whether it was for a good reason or a bad reason, or what do you think people deserve or don't deserve to know, they were deceptive.
And
you
I
know?
never would have guessed that Donna would have been the catalyst for that.
Yeah, Donna really, by that idea of speaking truth to power, Donna really got her there.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor. I shouldn't have to lose my license. Yes, but you messed up when you were a doctor. You messed up as a doctor.
Yeah.
You did. You violated some standards of ethics while being a doctor. There are consequences to that,
and there should be.
And you're right. It's weird that it came from Donna. It's interesting that Donna, who is the lowest totem pole person in this entire episode, right?
Party.
She was the only one that did that, right? The other women were tiptoeing around it.
Yeah.
Leo was kind of tiptoeing around it. Josh tiptoed around her. Even President Bartlett was tiptoeing around her. And the only person that had to say, look, maybe you messed up was Donna. It slipped out. She was horrified that it slipped out.
Of wine.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it was the lowest ranking person there, which just shows how good the writing is. It's the least
so good.
The least likely source is the one that spoke truth to power.
And also, it's great screenwriting. Great screenwriting. At the beginning of the episode, they told Sam, "Don't have a fight. Has a fight. Don't call him." Or
right.
Who calls him? Yeah, I mean, it's like everything that's going to happen in the episode is laid out in the beginning. You know?
Yeah, and it's this idea that people are who they are, right? Yeah. Sam is the guy who's going to fight with this guy until he wins. He's going to do it, even on an issue he doesn't really care all that much about.
No, sure.
Jed is the guy who is going to make the phone call to protect his wife, whether it's the right thing to do or not, because it's his family.
Yeah.
She's going to fight because that's who she is. But she's also the person that when she hears reason, she's going to be reasonable.
Yeah.
We kind of like got reminded who all of these people are, and in the best way,
the best possible way.
Marbury and Toby, right?
We should talk about that.
I love that scene so much.
Fantastic. There's two guys at a bar talking about this ideology. Like you said, I'm not an expert on this.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I know we have people who watch the show who are English, who understand the American history and the American government way better than I understand British history and the British government. And
sure.
I need to understand the British IRA history better than I do as far as...
Sadly enough, I only really know it through TV.
Me too. TV and movies, right? You see In the Name of the Father. You see the Tom Clancy, which was the Tom Clancy one that kind of dealt with it. Patriot Games, right? And obviously, those are fiction. They don't realistically deal with it.
Sure.
But I need to understand the conflict better.
But it's the two that you named. One condones it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I think they both condemn.
In the Name of the Father, too. Right? Yeah. It was a wrongly accused thing.
It's a sympathetic kind of portrayal of it. Obviously, Patriot Games portrays them as like these villains.
Right, for sure.
Which what, a terrorist. I agree with that sentiment. A terrorist is a terrorist.
Technically, we can't say that on YouTube. So.
We can't say that?
No.
We can't say that.
No, the word is an instant flagger on YouTube.
Crap. Okay. Well, a T is a T. But like, I don't condone those actions, obviously, but I have empathy for the people that are oppressed. You know what I mean? Sure. As should anyone.
Right.
But I think when you confront violence or bigotry or any form of intolerance with violence, I can't get behind that.
Right.
For anything. It should take everyone as a collective. It should take society as a collective to be like, this is wrong, and we should all stand up to this. It shouldn't take bombings and et cetera, to make the point.
It's a tough issue because, like in almost all conflicts, both sides have a point.
Right.
There's also the struggle for independence from British rule that other countries have. The United States did it. India did it. Africa, many places in Africa did it.
Yeah.
To where it's like, that whole idea of the sun never sets on the British Empire, because it's all over the world.
Yeah.
That there has been pushback, and Ireland is no different, but
it's just a smaller country.
In some ways it is, and because of that, the tactics they've used are ugly tactics. Because you're right, you cannot condemn or condone things like bombings.
You can't,
right?
It's innocent lives.
Right, yeah, exactly. But
eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
Right. It's like I said, I don't want to speak too much get into the politics of the issue, because I will sound stupid, because it is not an issue I understand well enough, beyond the fact that obviously the actions that lead to the loss of innocent life are on both sides are actions you can't be okay with.
And I know we have British subscribers, and if you guys want to elaborate on it, if you guys want to educate us on it, please do.
Yeah, we are definitely not taking sides, because because like I said, there's a positive there are reasons why these conflicts exist on both sides, and sometimes they go back centuries.
They do.
And obviously the issues, some of them still continue today. I know with Brexit, right? There was a lot of concern about, well, what does this mean for Ireland, right? What does it mean for transport? The transportation of goods through checkpoints. When now all of a sudden we have these two, very politically aligned, geographically aligned places playing by different rules. Economically. Now that England's out of the European Union, where does that leave Northern Ireland?
Exactly. So like I said, our Irish subscribers, our British subscribers, if you would like to talk about this in the comments, please do. Keep it friendly, keep it safe, keep it. Keep this a friendly environment. We don't want to. Start
we're in the exchange of ideas business, and not in the conflict business.
Yeah, not the he said she said kind of thing.
Right.
But also, and as far as the discovery aspect of the episode goes too, I think that's brilliant. I have a lot of admiration and a lot of respect for scientists that are trying to push us forward. You know what I mean? Like we should be more than just on our phones and taking selfies, and this is not that we shouldn't be comfortable. We should be pushing forward constantly.
And Sam's the right guy for this, because remember the question that Mallory asked him about why you go to Mars. He's like, because it's next. We're a species of explorers. That's why we left caves.
Well, otherwise, why are we here?
Right. So,
why are we here? We should be constantly asking that.
Sam is the idealist guy to ask that question, as far as what is the point of learning things? You learn things so you can learn the next things. So you can learn the next thing so you can learn the next thing.
So we can evolve as a species.
Exactly. You want to be a scientist, but you hate algebra. Well, you know what? Algebra is the basic bottom line of applied science.
I like algebra, but I get it.
You have to do it.
Does anybody really like algebra? Well, they probably are. Sure. But you know what I mean. And it's
you got to know it, so you can. You can't do physics if you can't do algebra.
Complacency can be a very dangerous.
Right. Sorry. All right. Before we say anything else that we are woefully unqualified to say,
truly.
we will catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.